Hey everyone, and welcome to today's video. Today we are going to be putting to the test the brand new KVD Vegan Beauty eyeshadow priming base. This is called the Shake Primer, and I'm going to be versing it to the P. Louise base. So you guys know I use the P. Louise base all the time and I love this base so much. So I wanted to put it to the test and see which one I liked more. This definitely has gotten some mixed reviews and I definitely had an interesting time using it. Obviously I'm not going to tell you which side is which, but I do think that you guys can clearly see a pretty significant difference between the two eyes, and that's not something that I was anticipating whatsoever. So if you guys are interested to see how I got this look and what side is what, please keep on watching. All right, let's get into it. I did make my own cold brew because I'm that special. So yeah. Anyway, to save time, I have already popped the P. Louise base on this eyeball. I wanted to use the P. Louise base because I just feel that, you know, it's a base of mine that I really enjoy. I use it all the time, and so if I'm gonna do a true comparison to see which one I prefer more, yeah, I just couldn't see why I wouldn't use the P. Louise base in this test. Anyway, this is the main event, the show of the video. So this is a very interesting product. I was very intrigued when I saw it on socials. Yeah, I like the idea that you got to shake it up to use it. I will note that, see how it goes like all bubbly and it sort of almost turns into like little balls. It is such an interesting product, I must say, and I really do enjoy the bottle and all of that as well. If you are interested and if you haven't seen, I did pick this up in a huge Sephora haul, so if you haven't seen that video, I'll link it up top or down below somewhere for you to check out. But yes, this is what it looks like. So let's just go ahead and shake it up and see how we go. Kind of nervous to use it, to be honest, which is weird, but do I just put it straight onto the eye? Do I put it on my finger? I think I'll put it on my, oh gosh, look at this situation. What is going on there? I might just put it on my finger first and see. Hang on, let's do that again. All right, so opening it up, that's what it looks like. It's got this sweet little applicator thing. And see, like, it's already settled. Like, what is going on? Hang on. Okay, I might just have to do this really quickly. Let's just see. Oh, all right. Onto the finger. Oh, yep. Okay, there it is. Oh yeah, like, you probably can't see, but there is definitely some of that black. No, don't look at my face. There is some of that blackness to the liquid. So let's just go ahead and pop it on. It does feel very oily, which I guess is the point, like that's the idea of the product. And I can definitely start to feel some tackiness to the lid as well. Now it does say to let it settle down and dry down before you apply any shadow, so we are definitely going to do that. So I'm just going to give that a quick minute to do its thing, because I do have hooded eyes and I don't want the skin to stick together. So yes, I'm just going to sit like this for a second and let it dry. Okay, so it's definitely still feeling tacky, but a dry tacky. So what I want to do today is my sister has her formal coming up, and initially I was going to test this out using my new Natasha Denona bronzed palette, but instead I'm actually going to do a test on my own eyes for my sister's formal makeup, because I need to do some practice runs. Ideally it would be good if I did it on her, but just time is not available to either of us at the moment. So I'm going to try and create a look that I think could be quite nice today. To do that, I am still going to use a Natasha Denona palette, so I'm going to use the Metropolis palette. I really love this palette. Like, look how pretty the shades are in this palette. Just, oh, please. But yes, I am actually going to stick to green shades today because our dress is this beautiful forest green with black lace detail. So we are going to play definitely with this shade here. And I also want to sort of see whether I can incorporate this shade. Nope, nope. There, that shade there, no, that shade right there. It's a duochrome gold. It's really, really pretty, and so I just want to see whether I can incorporate that into the look and see how it turns out. But I definitely want to have a very strong wing, so to do that I am going to use just a little bit of tape just to make the process a little bit easier and quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and quickly apply that now. Alright, so to start off with, we are going to go into that deep forest green shade that is called Royal, and I'm just going to be using this smudging brush. This is the Morphe x Jaclyn Hill JH46 brush to start off with. Okay, so just got a decent amount on the brush, and we're just going to go ahead and start from our outer corner and just bring that along the lash line. As you can see, it is a stunning forest green shade, so beautiful. And we're just really going to start to pack that onto the outer corner and blend it through. Alright, so now we're just going to grab this brush here by Scott Barnes. This is the number 63 brush. Really interesting shaped brush. Not taking any product, literally just going to take what's there and start to blend that through and into the crease. I've just realised I've neglected my other eye. Let me catch her up and we'll keep going. Okay, so straight away what I'm seeing between the two is that on the P. Louise side, the shadow is definitely a lot lighter. It's far more lighter than what it is on the Kat Von D side. I did not think that it would be like that at all. I didn't think it would be that noticeable. Wow. Like, they are two different shades right now. This is, and I'm literally dipping in to the same shade. So this is unexpected, to put it mildly. Like, I'm really quite surprised. I am now just going to take a little bit more shadow using the original brush that we started with, and I'm just going to see whether I can, I don't know, make it darker. It's just so interesting to me that this has happened. Like, what do you mean? I'm just going to keep bringing a little bit more up here as well. That's crazy, guys. Like, having a look at those shades, you would think that I'm using two completely different eyeshadows. Like, that's crazy. Having a look at the actual shade itself in the pan, I feel like on my Kat Von D side, sorry, KVD Beauty side, it's definitely a lot more truer to how it looks in the pan versus my P. Louise side. I mean, I like both at this point. I'm just really shocked that it looks completely different. That is just not something that I was at all expecting. So, moving on from there, what I'm going to do now, I was so not expecting this. Crazy. Alright, so I'm going to use this brush now. This is again by Scott Barnes. I love these brushes. They're just beautiful. This is the number 61 brush. And I'm going to be taking one of the skin tone shades in this palette. It is called Rope. And I'll just show you what it looks like. It's that one right there. So we're going to be taking that on this brush, and I'm going to be fairly generous with it. I mean, we don't really need a lot, but I just kind of want to pop a little bit of skin tone shadow down onto our lid and sort of blend that into the green a little bit. And again, I feel like they're going to look completely different on either side, but that's just sort of, I guess that's why we do this, hey? That's how it's going to be today. So insane. Alright, and again, just taking the same shadow, This is onto the P. Louise side now. If I'm honest, I don't see that much of a difference. Oh yes, I do. When I look in the monitor, I definitely do, my gosh. Okay, so now we are gonna go into this beautiful shade here. This is that duochrome shade that I've been dying to put over my lids. So this one here is called Aureum. And we're just gonna take that first on my finger. So, oh, that's what it looks like, how, ooh. She's so pretty. So I'm gonna take that on my finger first and just pop that kind of on the center. And then we're gonna bring it to the inner corner. I really love this shade because it kind of just feathers out, and I just think it's just such a stunning color, and the way that it applies is just, I love it, it's beautiful. I definitely feel like on the side, like the P. Louise side, it kind of, actually, then again, no, it looks the same. What am I saying? Okay, so this is where we're at with the look so far. I'm just gonna take these little sticky things off now, just to show you guys that sharp effect that I was after. Whoop. And yeah, there it is, and that's definitely, that's the sharpness I was looking for. My goodness, look at that. I just don't know how to feel, to be honest. I don't know, I'm blown away, guys. I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and come back and talk to you about my thoughts. Okay guys, the rest of my face is done. The test is over. Look. I was not at all anticipating using the exact same shadow and coming up with two different colors on either eye. That's not something that I honestly thought was going to happen. So you guys are aware I did go ahead and use that same forest green shade under my lower lash line, and I also added a bit of this pencil here by MAC. This is called Undercurrent, and it's just really nice little green pencil, and it's got a lot of gold glitter in it as well. So I used that in my waterline, and then I just tight lined as well for when I chucked some falsies on. So look, does the primer work? Yes, obviously. Yes, it does. I think it's very obvious and clear that it does work. If I had to pick between this primer and the P. Louise base, I feel like I probably would still stick with P. Louise. Now, I think that's for a few reasons, and the first is the fact that I like the fact that the P. Louise gives you a little bit of coverage. My eyelids are naturally quite almost sheer in the respect that they're very veiny. I have a lot of freckles there as well, so I prefer having a base that does have a little bit of color to it just to give me that bit of coverage. Whereas of course, you know, using a clear base, you're not going to get that whatsoever. I find that it's interesting to see how the pigments reacted to both bases. I don't necessarily like one better than the other. I think that looking at this base here, I think it's clear that when you look at the color of the shadow in the pan, and I'm just going to bring this up again for reference for you guys so you can see. So what was this actually called again? I'm so bad with names. Royal. So when you have a look at that deep, hang on, I don't want to stick my finger in it, and I can see that happening. So when you have a look at this beautiful, beautiful deep royal shade, I personally think that when you look at that in the pan and you look at it on my eyes, I think it's definitely clearly more true color is on this side versus the P. Louise side. I do think that on the P. Louise side, however, even though the color is different, it's a lot softer in the application and the way it's blended. Here, I feel like it's not patchy, but it's not, I don't feel like it's as smooth as what it could be. Maybe that's just me being too critical. I don't know. I don't think so though. I feel like in many ways it doesn't necessarily look as blended as what I would have liked. Maybe I should have spent more time blending it out potentially. But yeah, it's an interesting one because whilst the color is definitely more true on this side, I prefer the application on this side. Hey guys, so this is an impromptu update because it's now, I've probably been wearing this look for at least 6 hours now, and I did film it later on in the day, so it's now well and truly night time. And I was about to take my makeup off and I wanted to show you how things have worn. I wasn't gonna do a wear test because I just didn't think I was gonna need to, but oh my goodness, there is such a significant difference between the two eyes. So keeping in mind that this is the side that I had the KVD Vegan Beauty eyeshadow primer on, and this is the side that I had the P. Louise on, and I'm just gonna really zoom you in so you can see how bad it is. Don't know how I'm gonna update this, insert this bit in the video, but anyway, here we go. So as you can see on this side, see how much is like creased and bunched together. Now I do have hooded eyes, like it goes without saying, so the creases and the amount of excess skin on my lids definitely are more than your average person's, let's just say that. But yeah, it just looks like shit. And then if you compare it to the other eye, you can see like there's none of that bunching up, or certainly not as much as what there is on the other side. Maybe more so in the shimmer itself, but definitely the matte shade just seems to have been laid down quite nicely still on the P. Louise base. So going back on, I guess, my previous comments now, yeah, I do not rate this at all. It looks patchy AF. And yeah, I would not be happy if this is how my eyeshadow was looking and I was going out or something like that, and this is how it looked, you know, 6 hours in. That is not a vibe. Not a vibe. Leave me some comments down below. Did you think that it was going to react this way? I certainly didn't. This was not what I was anticipating or whatsoever. So please leave me some comments down below as to what you thought. And yeah, that's everything for this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and I will see you all on the next one. Mwah. Bye, guys.